This reading will be for Sagittarius placements. That can be your sun sign, rising sign, moon sign. I'm just going to do a quick reading for Sagittarius. So, this is whatever your higher self is needing to know for this week. Oop. So, I feel like you're in I would say like a transformational period. And I actually don't view this reading, even though it looks pretty dismal, the cards, right? I don't actually view that to be a bad thing. I actually think that when you endure something like this, which it feels like your social circle is getting smaller, it feels like people aren't understanding what you're doing for the most part. They don't understand your motives, they don't understand your justification to things, but you're going after it, right? It feels right to you. Honestly, I feel like before people are about to be blessed, they have to go through that. They have to figure out who's on board and who's not. Honestly, like before you can enjoy your blessings, you have to know at the table who deserves to even be sharing, who deserves to be at your table, dude. Like, and honestly, sometimes I think anytime there's like a realignment, it's almost like if you can imagine like a tree branch, like it just shakes and like leaves fall off and some stay on. That's what it feels like. It feels like you may have maybe gone into it or maybe not have seen eye to eye or maybe have had some sort of a conflict. Whatever, it doesn't even have to be like a big conflict. It can just be passive aggressive to where after the conversation you just look at them different. Somebody can just say something and you're like, oh, we really are not the same, or like we really are not in alignment, we're really not, this isn't what I thought it was. I feel like you've had that recently with friends or with family, and it's really getting you to think and to reevaluate who should be in my circle. I don't think that's a good feeling for anybody when you're in the thick of it, because it's also a letdown of expectation too. It could be people that you really thought were going to be there for you long term and they're not. So I think that always sucks, right? You always have like the mental anguish from that part. You might also be, I think, having like some weird dreams. Probably, I feel like that's Sagittarius in a nutshell. I feel like Sagittarius always has like some crazy dreams. Um, I'd pay attention to those, and even if they seem really dumb, maybe try writing it down to see if that helps you kind of decode what's going on, because I kind of feel like we're in a period right now where there's not really a such thing as a coincidence. So I don't know. I would pay attention to stuff like that. And in your love life, something just wasn't what you thought it was, you know? Either way, I just feel like you recently have experienced something, some sort of an interaction with somebody who you just thought things were going to go different. And you would have hoped that things would have gone for the best and they just didn't. But whatever it is, it's just, it just didn't work out. And I think that's that. But with Five of Cups reversed, I feel like there's redemption there as well. There's redemption in, I want to say a lesson is not a loss for sure. So if you did experience an unfortunate incident or an experience with someone, whatever, it's not a loss. Okay. It's prepping you for the next thing that you're about to enter into. I feel like you'll be okay. You'll be okay. I really think it's just like the growing pains of whatever is going to take place next. I feel like in general, Sagittarius is a pretty lucky sign. So you'll bounce back with whatever it is that you're feeling, however it is that you're feeling, you'll bounce back. There's redemption. Well, honestly, Sagittarius and Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, all those signs that were heavily affected by the supermoon, I really do think that there is kind of like this ongoing test still. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe relatives that you cut off or you haven't spoken to in a while, same thing with friends. Basically, people from old chapters in your life, them trying to reach out, whatever. I'll let you decide that, because honestly, I don't think there's any harm in if people reach out to you to ask for forgiveness or to make things right, to let bygones be bygones, I don't think there's any harm in that. I would just be careful with people trying to get back into your life for the wrong reasons. I think that's the only thing that I'll leave you with. But you'll get through whatever it is that you're going through. I really do think that honestly the table is just being cleared right now so that way you're able to enjoy your blessings on the correct terms and divine timing and in the way that your higher self needs to experience.